Next we will try to prove another theorem. This theorem states that let x equal to p by q, where the prime factorization of q is of the form 2 power m times 5 power n, where m and n are non-negative integers. Then x has a decimal expansion which is terminating. This is basically a converse of the previous theorem that we have seen. In the previous theorem we have stated that if x is a rational number with a terminating decimal expansion, then x can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are co-primes, and q can be expressed as 2 power m times 5 power n. So here we are saying the reverse. So now let's try to prove this, and we'll prove it by again looking at some examples. First let's begin with 3 by 4. 3 by 4 can be expressed as 3 by 2 square. Next let's multiply the numerator and denominator by 5 square. So 5 square can get cancelled out. So it will still be 3 by 2 square. So if you observe now, the denominator is in the form of 2 power m times 5 power n, where m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 2. So if you simplify this, it is 3 times 5 square is 25. So 3 times 25 is 75, and denominator you have 4 times 25, which is 100. So 75 by 100 is nothing but 0.75. And as you observe, this is a rational number with a terminating decimal. Similarly, let's look at another example where we will compute 13 by 25. So again, 13 by 25 can be expressed as 13 by 5 square. So let's multiply numerator and denominator this time with 2 square. So 13 times 2 square by 5 square times 2 square. Again, the denominator is in the form of 5 power m times 2 power n. So this turns out to be 52 by same thing, 5 square times 2 square is 100. So this is nothing but 0.52. Again, another rational number with a terminating decimal, and the denominator is in the form of 2 power m times 5 power n. Finally, let's look at another example. This time we will look at 7 by 40. So 7 by 40 is in the form of p by q, and now let's try to factorize q in the form of 2 power m times 5 power n. So 40 is nothing but 2 cube times 5, because 8 times 5 is 40. So and observe this is in the form of 2 power m times 5 power n, where m is 3 and n is 1. So just to make the math easy, let's multiply the numerator and denominator with 5 square. When you do that, the denominator now becomes 5 power 1 times 5 square is nothing but 5 cube. So on the numerator now we have 25 times 7, which is nothing but 175, and in the denominator we have 2 cube times 5 cube, which is nothing but 10 cube, which is nothing but 1000. So this is 0.175, another rational number with a terminating decimal point. So as you observe, now we have successfully proved that if there is a number that can be expressed in the form of p by q, and q can be factorized as 2 power m times 5 power n, then that has to be a rational number with a terminating decimal expansion. Now let's look at another theorem. This time the theorem states that if x equal to p by q, where the prime factorization of q is not in the form of 2 power m times 5 power n, where m and n are non-negative integers, then x has a decimal expansion that is recurring and non-terminating. So let's try to see an example. Let's look at 1 by 7. As you observe, 7 in the denominator cannot be expressed in the form of 2 power m times 5 power n, because 7 is a prime number and the only factors of 7 are 1 and 7. So the only way 7 can be expressed is 1 times 7, which is not in the form of 2 power m times 5 power n. This is a good example that we can take to prove this theorem. Let's divide 1 by 7 using simple division. So 1 is less than 7, so we will add a 0 and put a point, and then 7 divides 10 one times, which is as a reminder 3. So now 7 divides 30 by 4 times, which is 28. Then you have a reminder 2. And now 7 divides 22 times, which is 14. You have a reminder 6. And 7 divides 68 times, 7 8s are 56. You have a reminder 4. 7 divides 45 times, which is 35. Now you have a remainder 5, and 7 divides 57 times, which is 49. You have a remainder 1, and 7 divides 10 one times, which is 7. And now you are back to the remainder 3. So if you observe, the reminders are 3, 2, 6, 4, 5, 1, and now we are back at 3. So this process is going to continue again as you have seen here. So 1 by 7 is nothing but 0.14285 and again 14285 and so on. So this can be expressed as 0.142857 bar. As you recall from your 9th class lesson, this is a recurring non-terminating decimal. But we also know that a recurring non-terminating decimal is a rational number. What is a irrational number? If you have a non-recurring non-terminating decimal, then that is a irrational number. Whereas if you have a non-terminating recurring decimal, then it is called a rational number. So by this we have come to the end of this lesson. We have looked at 3 different theorems which will prove if a number is a rational number or an irrational number. If it is a rational number, what type of a decimal expansion does it have? Does it have a recurring decimal or does it have a terminating decimal? So if you are given a number in the form of p by q, without doing the actual division, you will be able to now say whether that number will have a terminating decimal or a recurring decimal by just applying these theorems that you have just learnt. And we will see some examples in the next lesson.